Hey family, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Cut Nice 50. Today, man, we gonna talk about astrology. I came across this article. Y'all know I'm getting into this holistic healing, medicine, all that other stuff, man. And the information is, like I said, came across my desk along with the hypnotist. I just did that video. Don't forget to check that out. Before we get started, man, appreciate you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Now let's get into it. This video is gonna be titled "Age of Aquarius." I came with this article, man, and I don't know what to think about it. It was written last year, January 2022. So I'm thinking they wrote it in 21 going into 22. And it's a young lady. She was, her name is by Juliet, Doty, Astrologer, and Soul Whisperer. And just reading and going over the article, man, I found a lot of interesting things, and it seems to come true. And now I done fact check it and go back looking at the dates when it was read or when it was written and posted and stuff like that. So they couldn't alter the dates, but a lot of the things she wrote in this article actually came to light in 2022. So I just want to go over that, man. Share y'all thoughts and let me know what you think, man. Like I said, she wrote it or published it January the 4th, 2022. And it's going into it. Let me see if I pulled it up right here. We can just go ahead and jump right on into it, man. Hopefully y'all doing all right today. And let's go ahead. Generally, I don't get involved in too much astrology. I used to kind of be big into it always or read it, but just looking in the Bible, it's always kind of say be skeptical of it. And just base your stuff on faith, because you hear horoscopes and stuff like that. It kind of alters the way you are facing things. So I never dug into fortune tellers and stuff like that. I like to just live my way and just trust my own inner voice. I put it like this: trust that I'm gonna be doing everything I got to do and just go off how I feel. But like I said, this one going into 2022 Astrology Outlook. Are you ready for a significant, real, and lasting change? In this blog post, our very own astrologer, Juliet Doty, offers her thoughts on the year ahead and how you can best position yourself to overcome challenges and realize your goals. In addition, be sure to check out Grand Wally's social media feed to find Julie's astrology forecast to your zodiac sign, which will help guide your decision makings in 2022. And when it came to that, man, the saying decision making, I never really kind of try to follow it because I don't need nothing to alter my decision making, even if it's on kind of similar goals and stuff like that. I try to just live my life and take it day by day, man. I'm not too worried about the future per se or let it stress me out to affect my daily activities. But like I said, this article, I found it very interesting. So here we go. 22 will begin slowly with collective and personal questions for all of us. In general terms, we are being asked to ascertain personal and social power dynamics while also being ready for new chapters to unfold. During 2022, we will be challenged to retain our personal freedoms in the face of frequently changing collective legal structures. Human rights and humanitarian issues will be front and center, exacerbated by a volatile economy that is changing to accommodate new archetypes that will come to life right in front of our eyes. Now I want to touch base on that real quick because what she was saying, this is already starting to be on point. Like I said, this was written January of 2022, and she already forecasting stuff that took place. You think about it, what is George Floyd, so the Black Lives Matter things, the lockdowns, everything else, the jab, you name it. I can't say it's too much on social media on YouTube because they're gonna censor you and take down your video, demonetize you, and all the other stuff. So you got to be careful how you word things. But all this stuff kind of came in the light, man. Even the legal structures. Y'all paying attention to the news and all the other stuff. Myself being in law enforcement, I started looking at the laws that they was changing that a lot of people ain't even know or pay attention to. And now they're trying to get rid of our right to even have freedom of speech. So it's a whole different other ball game, different levels to it. And it's always keep continuing to evolve. But even our personal freedoms being attacked. They tried to make it mandatory, even though it wasn't a actual cure for what they claim they're supposed to be doing. So that's already against your constitutional rights right there. But that's when she said human rights, the humanitarian was that, the Black Lives Matter stuff and all that. We kept seeing mass shootings, and man, there's a whole lot of other stuff going forward. But let's continue. Get ready for a revision of what has real worth to you and of what has true value and meaning within your relationships. Additionally, get ready for a thorough reassessment of money, family, friends, your experience, and your understanding of what drives the universe, including your relationship with the earth. This may engender a sense of not having your feet completely beneath you as a new order begins to establish itself. Even that little point right there, man. A lot of people during that lockdown, she couldn't go nowhere. A lot of relationships broke up. A lot of people, because you're so busy doing everything. A lot of relationships just ain't make it because you wasn't used to that same person being in the house and being with you 24/7. So that did make a lot of people reassess how they spend money, how they talk to family and friends. We had to do a lot of Zoom stuff. You got to do virtual. So it was some positive and negative benefits in there. We start realizing that social media and fame, fortune, all the other stuff, it wasn't really worth it. It was a good thing to reinvent your relationships with family and friends and understand that this life is short and it is always unexpected and changing. That's what I generally got out of it. But a lot of people ain't see it that way. Even look at homicides and other stuff like that, domestic violence, those did increase during that time. People started looking at you funny, more discrimination as far as the vax and unvax and stuff like that. So it was a whole lot of other issues in different places. Myself, I had to work through that whole time. So I worked day to day, but I was working for Department of I said Georgia Bureau of Investigations during that time. So I worked every day. It wasn't a single day that I wasn't off during this time right here. So I seen things on the legal front and other things that was transpired that I knew because I know a lot of scientists, biologists, chemists, and stuff like that. So I had a different asset for it, but I also wanted to be mindful when I went home to make sure I take my clothes off and all this other stuff. Because of that Georgia Bureau of Investigations, I don't know, I was in charge of security, but we did have autopsies getting conducted there. And so most of the homicides and stuff like that, they came to my facility. I accept the bodies and, just go off of that. So it was a whole different ball game, man. Changed up the screen real quick. I don't know if it actually got rid of it. But yeah, it's like I said, it was a different ball game. You just want to be mindful of what's going on and go from there. A little technical difficulties real quick. My light went out. But we back on point, man. And let's continue. As a particular intensity developed during 2021, requiring us to reconsider our fundamental relationship of being a human being on this planet. We are literally bridging over to a world that we do not know or trust, yet we must let go of much for that newness to unfold. Opportunity abounds as we collaborate to bring more passion, vitality, and life force to all our relationships. And just touching base on that, man, I agree with it 100%. Like I said, this was in 21, man. So I find this stuff like this remarkable, the forecasting and stuff like that. But it probably could be addicting. So I wouldn't lean on it too much. If it come across my lap, I'll do a review on videos or articles like this that took place a couple of years ago. So like I said, I got to be mindful of how I word things because I don't pronounce certain words or speak certain terms that I don't want to find nobody offensive or YouTube offensive that they block my videos or take it down and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to be mindful when I do share certain information and leave my personal opinion out of it when it comes to certain situations that they deem will violate their guidelines. So let's continue. Throughout all of 2022, we are being asked to grow up, to release attachment to what and who we are not as a species, so we may fully value who we truly are. A legitimate career change is now potentially imminent because it's time to zero in on what has personal and collective value and meaning. On a collective level, be ready for a springboard push to move forward with your gifts. Mid-April will push us to have more and more, to have more and hope and faith in ourselves, to think from a universal perspective and invite collective redefinition. We are being asked to fulfill our greatness, to be our best, prepared to welcome qualities of um, authenticity, self-honoring, and freedom, particularly of the heart. Um, so let me touch base on that real quick, man. I see that push that was going through because that's, like I said, I got more deep into my faith and stuff like that. We've been tested on a personal, spiritual, physical, mental level, especially during that lockdowns and stuff like that. You know, you had to redefine yourself. I switched jobs. You know, like I said, I retired from that GBI just because of some of the politics and other stuff that was going in play. Like I said, these days, man, I don't believe even though racism exists out there, especially with people of color, regardless, it don't matter if it's in the limelight or not, or behind the scenes. We all know this and that. The nation pretty much hated us from the beginning, but our history has been rewritten. So we all know this and that, but I don't see it in that way. I don't see it as black and white, gender or non-gender and stuff like that, or sexual orientation. I see it as the racism. To me, the new one is placism. Knowing your place, you know, what you do for the world. If you ain't on to make a certain amount of money, or high influencer, these superstars or multi-millionaire, billionaire, then we have no worth to the powers that be. I call it like that. So you know, I look at stuff different than that because we all struggle. It don't matter if you have say $1 million or whatever else in the greater scheme. That money don't mean nothing if the financial system goes down. Now, what you have to offer. So, you know, I look at stuff on that front, not just a cut and dry black and white, but that's why I started doing other things to see what I can do to participate. So I think all of us, man, we have gifts that if we put our mind to it, we can do whatever we need to do. So that's why a lot of this information, man, I started to share it, stuff like that. Like I say, some videos that get released and some probably get blocked, but I don't care about that. I just know it's my time to share information that could help a lot of other people. You know, like I said, my gifts is nutrition, physical training, nutrition, health. That's my nutrition. Now I'm getting into holistic and I'm learning a lot. So trying to make that's my main focus also, so I can start doing some natural healing other people's body as far as just regular nutrition. Now I know how to heal ailments naturally. Let's continue. Easter 2022 will be a particular powerful time as the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction will be exact in engendering great compassion as well as opportunity to expand meditation practice to tap into esoteric wisdom. Esoteric wisdom. Like I said, that's a lot of I was telling y'all about. And to feel more love and devotion. It is time to surrender, to let go of how things have been or have to be, and to pause, open up to the source of all, to receive what is available to come through you, your gifts for this world. This is truly the time to make your dreams a reality. Now, back in Easter 22, I can't even remember what was going on during that time. And I didn't know anything about the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction and the compassion and all the other stuff. I probably felt some things just going on, different things. But like I said, I didn't get into astrology too much. But that's why I say this is a little bit of, you know, a little exciting for me to find this information out, because I see a lot of this stuff actually did come true. Let's go ahead to May. From May onward, a universal energy urges us to take action by focusing on all important values and to be willing to fight for love. Enormous potential is available here, exposing what lays hidden within us all. Now ready for expression, there will be beauty to enrich our lives. Value and ways of participating in society will again be brought to the forefront in latte August. Maybe that's a typo. So maybe it wasn't me just getting juicy out. It was a little typo in there. Brought to the forefront maybe in late August through the third week of October. With the last Uranus-Saturn square, we are on the cusp of moving into the age of Aquarius, and we are being asked to relinquish the old ways and harness the creative new. We will all experience Mars in Gemini for 7 months, normally a 5 to 6 week transit from August 2022 to March 25, 2023. So this is real important right here, man. I found this a little interesting, and that Age of Aquarius came on my mind. That was another video, so I decided to look it up and see what it meant. And this video just happened to come up, so I ain't had no clue what it was going to entail, and that's why I found that was a little connection. I was like, man, wow, that was interesting. Like I said, we will experience Mars and Gemini. We will all experience Mars in Gemini for 7 months, normally a 5 to 6 week transit from August 2022 to March 25, 23, with a retrograde season within that time frame. Expect a period of mixed messages, which portends the possibility of miscommunication. The media will undergo a shakeup in regard to truth and lies, while new creative information channels and social media vehicles may appear. Like myself, here we go. The effect of eclipse in general is one of the ending of one set of circumstances and the birth of another. Throughout 2022, the eclipses ask us to confront the death of old ways of thinking and living to make way for a new way. Wow, that was a powerful statement right there. And I can see this taking place actually right now, man. Like I say, from August 2022 to March 25, these 7 months, I see a lot of new information on the news. You're thinking about the vax or the jab, CDC, the food industry. Now I think something came out with the music industry and Madonna, all these ex-football players and young current football players leaving this plane of existence. So we're seeing a whole lot of stuff. And just like it's saying, like myself, I look between the lines. It is a lot of truths and a lot of negatives. Like I say, on YouTube, anything pertaining to the jab is being censored or blocked. You can get some stuff out on Instagram and other platforms. But even if you look at like the presidential hearings or the Senate hearings, they speaking about a whole lot of stuff, but you can't share that information because it's going to get blocked or taken down. So that is a whole new way of thinking. I know myself, I'm personally going through a new way of thinking. That's why I'm doing videos like this, to share it, because some of the stuff, just like this was made January 2022, published at the beginning, they wrote it in 21. So just thinking about it, it's 23 now, and this stuff is just taking place. So I don't know. I can't be skeptical to think that, but being a man of God and faithful, I looked in the Bible, and people like that does exist who have this kind of gift, and they're actually sharing it. They're not making videos or nothing like that, but they are writing it down, and you go back and check it out, and it makes sense. And most of the stuff came true. So just share your thoughts. Let me know what you think. It is time we all go with our creative desires and go forth to create a better future. It starts now with the arrival of the new year. And if this resonates with you, be sure to connect with Juliet for a personal unwind, the soul healing of an astrology reading, or both during your stay at Grand Wailea, where you can receive emotional and spiritual support for deep healing, growth, and transformation. For now, let's go over Juliet's for her elucidating thoughts about the year ahead. And now this is going in 2023. I didn't even get into that part of reading nothing like that. So just share your thoughts, man. Let me know what you think. I might even do that when that was enough for this one, but I start picking up this on a different video, man. If y'all want me to, if you're interested in this stuff, like I said, I'm not big on astrology. I think my little man just woke up, so it's time to probably feed him a little bit, do what I got to do. But I want to go ahead and get these videos out while I can. Y'all stay fit, stay safe, stay motivated, and also stay aware of your surroundings, man. We're going to do the best we can. Appreciate your support. And to that, we out.